Hello, I am Mike of Nil of Dice, and this is Gnomoria. Back in Gnomoria for a bit. Been kerbling for a while, but back in Gnomoria. It is year 9. I can't believe it's year 9. This is the same game we've been playing, well, obviously for 9 game years, so there you go. My population is currently 25, but it has been it goes up and it goes down, it goes up and it goes down. It's been as low as 12 recently, which led me to have to very suddenly make a whole bunch of people all-rounders again. I need to probably go back and fix that. But things are seemingly working out okay. I'm getting reasonable amounts of grain. I have run out of fruit. But I do have my strategic fruit reserves. That's not necessarily a problem. A lot of metal bars. Coal is a problem, but coal's often a problem. But there's a reason why I'm keeping myself paused at the minute, which is that I had a bit of an issue. So I was digging down, and this happened, right? I found the top of a area of cavern, and it's an enormous amount of cavern. Goes way, 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 way down. In fact, this is all continuous. And it goes right down, and there's all sorts of interesting ores, like there's gold and stuff. Right the way down. Down, 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 down. Still going, until we meet lava. I didn't know this game had lava, but this game's got lava. So I presume it's just lava from then on in. Okay, you go down to 102, that's it. So what this means is, because I've had people within 16 squares of all this dark area, a bazillion beetles have shown up. And I don't know how many beetles I've killed. I've killed a lot of beetles. You can see how many this thing is just full up of beetles, and that's just the beetles that have been seen. If I go to, no, that's not where I want to be. Maybe this is where I want to be. No, it's not. This is not helpful. I was thinking if I go to my crossbow units and then go have a look at Gno here. I think Wobble Donfred might be the one to go for. Let's see if I can find Wobble Donfred. There you go. Wobble Donfred, just Wobble Donfred, has killed 126 beetles. And this crossbow is now legendary. I don't know what. Oh wow! Worth 1,530. And that's basically because every time Wobbled Begone or whatever their name is gets down here, they start shooting beetles. And obviously, the 126 beetles have been killed just by that one individual. And this is the problem. It's slowing the game down, that's not why I'm paused, because I had made the situation worse. But it's slowing the game down. It also means that if I had to take the game off, there's an option in gameplay. Pause and show enemies when spotted, which I just can't afford to do because the game is just stopping all the time. Which does mean that if anything comes through the front door, normally when a goblin is spotted, the game stops and zooms. And so, oh right, a goblin's coming in. I need to do something about that. But you know, I really can't. So, how do I fix this? You know, just killing them with bolts doesn't seem to help. They seem to generate faster than I can kill them. So I'm not quite sure what to do about this. Well, I started building this hole, right? And so I've been digging out the hole and I've been putting walls around it. And then I suddenly discovered the hole was going to go through a major kind of living area, and that was a problem, so I couldn't go there. So dug a channel and more hole, and the plan was to inundate it with water from this lake. But it went wrong because I dug a ramp upwards, and I'd already worked out that here and here, because I'd got the position wrong slightly. Probably needs to be further back, so that this full 5x5 could be, you know, safely not in the water. But I got that wrong, and I kept going, and I probably should have not done that. But that meant that when I dug that as a ramp up, because I was trying to be clever. I was trying to not have to dig a shaft from the stairs on every single level, right? So I thought, oh, if I dug a ramp up, maybe I could dig, you know. And the only problem is I did it in that corner, and I didn't say I could have picked that corner just as easily. I think that corner would have been all right. I picked the one corner I couldn't pick, because that is actually underneath that ramp there. I'm not actually, to be perfectly honest, I don't know how that connects to, yeah, that there. So that's underwater. So so you can't really see it. But there's a ramp. When if I turn around? I think, where are we? Yeah, that ramp there. Now I reckon if this is only one layer of water, I could have done something about it, but it is 2 layers of water as far as I can tell. And I think that's making it impossible to deal with. What I want to do is I want to plug that leak up, but I don't know how to do that. I mean, you can see it's spread all the way down here. If I go click here, that's 163% water, and so in other words, this is absolutely chock-a-block full of water. So I really don't know what to do about this. And if I take it off, pause, you can see just how slowly it's reacting. And it's actually really difficult from a user interface point of view, because if I try and right click, and I click, 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 and it's not noticing. There we go. So I did a long click, and that's how I managed to get it to notice that I was clicking. And yeah, so what I'm trying to do here, let's go up a couple of Z levels. I have built, let's go down a level, let's go down a level and hide walls. There's a pump, and let's turn around in fact. Right, let's in fact pause. There you go. Right, so I've made a pump, and there's now a wall on the other side. What you can't see is that there's underneath that wall there's an axle. Axles go in the floor layer, so every Z level has a floor layer and a wall layer, and axles go in the floor layer. and then you can build stuff on top of it. So, hurrah. So what I'm planning to do, so there's a pump and then there's an axle. There's a lever, which is currently disengaged. And there's going to be a couple of windmills here which provide power. Pumps need 20 power. Windmills create 20 power, but certainly axles take up power, and I think levers might do, I'm not sure. So here's a pump. The pump screw goes into the water, and then apparently it's going, I'm not quite sure where the water's going to come out. The water's either going to come out in this level, so the water will then occupy this square, which is why I put that wall there just in case. Or it will go up one, in which case I'm putting walls here and here. So now, admittedly, this pump isn't. This is just a test pump. I've never used a pump before. So what I'm going to be doing is pumping out water, and then it's immediately going to fall back into the same river. What I'm obviously hoping to do eventually is maybe pump water. I think, is that the route there? I think. Yeah, the idea is to maybe pump enough water out that I can hope. What I'd like to be able to do is get into this area again and block off that, or stop it being stop being a ramp and build a wall there and stuff like that. I have other ideas which go along. Let's just turn around back to where I was, because let's also pause this again, because I'm not actually. It is actually really difficult. It is really difficult to actually do anything. I have some other ideas. One is I come down here, and I'm not quite sure what mechanism I want to use here. One possibility is a mechanical wall. One possibility is a hatch. So what I've been doing is I'm digging out areas like this, and then I'm removing the floor. So that's what this is, and then I put back the access tunnel. So I do that here, and I do that here, and then I mine out that as a ramp up. But I'm also thinking that I could have a mechanical wall here, or maybe I want a hatch, so that I can block off the flow of water as I want it, because part of my problem is not being able to control the water. So this is kind of where I am. I don't know how long it's going to take to create these windmills and set it all up, especially since the frame rate is so ridiculously low. So in short, I had a problem. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. I had a problem which I have made worse. And so I'm going to have to hope that I can get this fixed. Because at the moment, because the water is all flowing everywhere, my frame rate has gone to poo, and that means that it is extremely difficult. You see how slowly the rain was falling there. It makes it extremely difficult to use the user interface. I have to pause. If I want to build anything, I really have to pause, because right-clicking, most of the time it doesn't even notice, so I cannot bring up the menu. So that's where I am at the minute. I'm kind of hoping to be able to flush out those beetles and get rid of them, and then light up that area so that I don't have to deal with the beetles anymore. but I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be able to do it. The only other thing I can think of is to go all the way down to the bottom, bring up some lava, and turn this water into obsidian, which I can hopefully then mine. But that would be an even longer project. It's taken long enough to get this far, quite frankly. Alright, so that's the walls built, so that's something at least. So I should be able to get on and do more things. I'm going to get rid of that scaffolding if I can hit the pause button. But yeah, basically I have to pause in order to actually really do anything. So anyway, that's that. That's what I've been up to in Gnomoria. Making things worse. So thanks so much for watching. Do hit like and subscribe, enjoying these videos. Come visit neopdice.com. We're also on Facebook and Twitter. And there'll be links to that in the video description. And until next time, be nice to your nose.